appreciate y'all for letting the main event come through and do what we do. I want to welcome everybody to the main event. We got Mike Risper over there. What's going on, Mike? How you doing today?
Not much, man. You know,
it's cold out here today.
It is.
The wind blowing and everything.
Oh yeah.
I almost killed a dog for extra fur on the way over here.
Oh man,
It's
don't
so
do that,
cold.
man.
You feel me? But I gotta do what I gotta do to stay warm, man. Southwest Gas want their money. You know what I'm saying? I gotta give it to them.
Indeed.
But I want to welcome everybody to the main event. Please like and subscribe on YouTube, where we bring you nothing but the best. Nothing but everybody in the sport of boxing come here to deal with us here at the main event, because the main event is all people want to see. So today on the main event, I got a special guest. Well, me and Mike got a special guest here at the main event. A young up-and-coming brother who ain't afraid to tell you how he feel, who
That's
ain't
right.
afraid to tell you or to show you that he's a showman. And matter of fact, his last outing, he was on the Canelo undercard, the main undercard. I ain't just going to call it the undercard, Blair, because, you know, the undercards, they start at 3 o'clock. It'd be like 12 people in there to see them, you know what I'm saying? But we're going to call it the main undercard because it's on the app now. But if it was pay-per-view, you would have been that first fight televised as soon as pay-per-view went live. So that's what I'm going to call it. So, but none other than to the left of me and to the right of Mike, our middle, we got Blair the Flair Cobbs. Woo! Hold on. Y'all didn't hear me. Y'all must have heard me. I said we got Blair the Flair Cobbs. Woo! Okay, hold on. One more time. Just 'cause I like that woo. If I do it, I'm going to bust my vocal cord. But check it out. We got Blair the Flair Cobbs. Woo! Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on, Blair? How you doing, man?
Good. I'm doing wonderful.
Man, thank you for coming down and holler at us, man. For y'all don't know, this Blair the Flair Cobbs showed his natural light skin behind on Canelo's undercard. You know what I mean? Even fought through a little adversity on that last one. But he was able to come back and put that brother in his place. You know what I'm saying? So before we get into that, man, can you let all the people that subscribe to our channel, the Main Event Podcast, like and subscribe on YouTube, but can you let everybody know that subscribe to us and support what we doing, who Blair the Flair Cobbs is? Let them know your professional record and anything else we need to know before we dive deeper in this interview.
Absolutely. I am the most exciting man in boxing, Blair the Flair Cobbs.
You heard him.
Coming in as 14-0
Okay.
with 9 KOs.
Oh, my God.
I am continuously putting on exciting fights nonstop every time.
Okay.
All the time.
Yes, sir.
Anytime.
Yes.
Anywhere Blair
Yes,
is
sir.
coming to
Anywhere
get a world
Blair.
title for 2020, and I'm not going to be stopped, baby. You cannot deny greatness, because I am here to stay. Woo!
Woo! See, I almost bust my vocal cord when I tried to join you in the woo. You know what I'm saying? But
You
man,
can join me in silence. Like
in
this.
silence. Woo. Okay, all right. Let me try that. Blair the Flair Cobbs. Woo! All right, I felt like I was right there when we did that. All right, good. You felt it?
I felt it.
All right, we good. But man, thank you for coming through, man. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate you. Shout out to everybody that Blair worked with to get him ready for that fight, man. He appreciates y'all tuning in, because he will post this interview on all his social media sites when he gets the video. Ain't that right, Blair?
Absolutely. I endorse.
All right, for sure. Now, to give everybody, man, insight on who you are, because you got us your professional record already, but one thing that me and Mike always preach and talk about, we ask the same question, because for every fighter is different. We get different answers. So I like to go back to a fighter's amateur background. So how many amateur fights did you have before you actually took that step to go pro?
Oh man, it's almost an unknown thing. I probably had like 60 amateur fights in America, and like somewhere around like 25 amateur fights in Mexico when I first got started.
Okay.
It's been a roller coaster, and honestly, like the only reason why I was relatively unknown is because of like the financial situation.
Right.
Coming up in a particular time where as though I didn't have a lot of financial resources to get out and be pushed on a bigger stage like the national tournaments and stuff.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's pretty grimy city of Philadelphia to have my stomping grounds in. It was pretty tough to get.
So you from Philly?
Yeah.
From Philly. That's where your manager from too. Philly. Malik, what's happening, man? Shout out to that. Tell me about them cheesesteaks out there, man, because I ain't never been out there, but I'm a fan of cheesesteaks. So what's the difference between a Philly cheesesteak and a Las Vegas cheesesteak? Because we got a Philly cheesesteaks over there on Decatur.
Okay.
So, but what's the difference? You know, have you had a Philly cheesesteak out here? I know we're supposed to be talking about boxing and you making weight and everything, but let's get into that.
I had a couple. The Philly cheesesteak. The difference is that when you taste a Philly cheesesteak, authentic from Philly,
okay,
you've been kissed by the gods.
Okay, so are the bell peppers and green onions thicker than what they do out here in Vegas?
Yeah,
I mean,
and it's caramelized to perfection.
For sure, man. Yeah. Well, thank you for coming out again, man. This is the Main Event Podcast. Please like and subscribe on YouTube as we continue to do what we do. So tell me, man, leading up to going pro, man, when you was through with your last amateur fight, because the way you just broke it down to us, total between the States and Mexico, you had about 80 of them, or maybe 75 if I can take away a number or two. You had a lot of amateur fights. So what made that decision for you to go pro?
Oh man, I was just I was crushing everything in Philadelphia. I had a couple national tournaments, and then realizing that the financial part was like actually stopping me from like being an Olympian.
Right.
You know, just the financial part of being able to go to the nationals. I was constantly just stuck in Philadelphia, and I was just like, I was at that particular point where I was like, oh man, well, I'm killing everything. I'm already I would like, as an amateur, I was already in training camps. As an amateur, I was in training camp for Shane Mosley for the Pacquiao fight. They took me up to Big Bear. I was in. You
was able to spar Shane Mosley?
Absolutely.
Got that work?
Absolutely.
How you do?
Oh, I do good every time.
I know, but did you push him to the limit?
The number one.
You heard him. He's number one. Blair the Flair. Woo! Woo! Did I get it right?
You did it good.
Okay, I tried.
So you did good. Keep working on it, though. You ain't there yet.
My voice too deep. I'm going to bust a vocal cord if I do it too much. I won't be able to go home and talk to nobody.
I would like to see
that.
I don't want to see a vocal cord busted on me.
We won't hear that note from him ever again.
Ever. Because I'm trying to be like Blair the Flair Cobb, you feel me? But tell me more about that work with Shane, man. How was it? Because we had his son on the show, and he's a good dude. We went
real
to his
good
background. Dude. Yes, sir. Tell me about that work with his pops, man. I know because he's a Hall of Famer, a world champion. You know, he'll go down as one of the greats. So tell me how that work was to even learn, or if he put it on you, it's okay because he is an up and coming guy. You know what I'm saying? You are an up and coming guy. So tell me how that work was with Sugar Shane Mosley.
It was wonderful work. It was a learning experience. It was a growing experience of learning how training camps are conducted, how business of boxing is conducted. It was a learning experience growing in boxing. It was fun. I was up there in Big Bear living with him in the mansion.
In the mansion.
I got to see everything. I got to see how everything.
They had the chef in there cooking for y'all.
Yeah, we got a chef.
Okay.
And
okay.
You know, we risking our lives to go to 7-Eleven because it's crazy. At nighttime, you go to 7-Eleven. At nighttime, you're risking your life. They got bears, mountain lions, wolves,
all in the same place.
Yeah, and you know, after a while, those treats at 7-Eleven really feel like it's worth it. It's crazy. Like,
wow.
Because you've been eating healthy for like months.
Right. Yeah. But you gotta eat healthy though.
This damn Snickers.
But you gotta eat healthy though. That's a part of being in training camp. That's a part of disciplining yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish that I could get in there with Shane. He'll put it on me. If I got in there with you, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to do that. My vocal cords ain't going that long. But I would love to get in there with y'all one of these days, my man. You feel me? Because boxing is one of the greatest workouts you can ever do. I always said that boxers and swimmers are the most what's that word I'm looking for when you just in shape? What's a real big word for in shape, Mike? Help me out here. I'm
big word. In shape.
Just say in shape.
Endurance.
Endurance. Okay, yeah, endurance. Okay, we'll say endurance. Swimmers and boxers have the best endurance because when the bell rings or when a swimmer jumps in that water, it's just you. Like, you got to go to the bell ring. Ain't no timeouts. Ain't no free throws where you can get a breather.
Ain't no subs.
Ain't no subs. And it ain't no none of that. It's just you, man. So talk to me about that when it's just you when that bell ring. What type of heart you got to have to push through that 3 minutes around?
You have to have the will and the heart of a lion. in my career, like as you know, I'm known for like getting knocked down, or possibly going through some kind of adversity, and bouncing back and destroying the competition.
Because you did that on the undercard on the Canelo fight.
Yeah.
But go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I just had to say that for the people. The
Absolutely.
Main Event Podcast, like and subscribe. We got Blair here. Go ahead. My bad.
Absolutely. And it takes a special kind of individual to be willing to go through hell. Sometimes things aren't going to go your way. Sometimes you're going to get tired long before that bell rang.
Oh, yeah.
You know, minute and 50, you're like, okay.
You like, is the bell going to ring anytime soon? We've been
know?
fighting for a minute.
Yeah. Sometimes things ain't going to go your way. Sometimes you're going to go through some adversity. And in boxing, you can truly see the measure of a man. You can see his true dedication.
That's right.
I'm known to be this guy that's overly rambunctious and has a character, has the flair, no pun intended. But I turn boos into woos. A lot of people.
Woo!
Exactly.
There it is. I almost had it. There it is. I almost had it. All right,
You know,
guys.
I would present myself, and most of the crowd would boo me.
Okay.
But by the time that fight is over, you done seen a measure of a man. You seen a character of a man. You seen greatness.
So you win them over.
And I win them over.
There you go.
I think you did win him over because the last time I seen the brother fight, which was on the Canelo undercard on the Danzin app. Y'all subscribe to the app if y'all ain't got it. But before you do that, subscribe to the Main Event Podcast on YouTube, baby. That's how we do. But when you talking about getting knocked down and getting back up, technically your opponent didn't knock you down. Look like he hit you with something, maybe caught you off guard, but then you use your glove to make sure you ain't fall. And we all know, as in boxing, they count that as a knockdown anytime your glove hit the canvas. They might need to switch that rule a little bit, but hey, I ain't the one that started the sport. I don't know.
I think that rule is cool because it makes it cut and dry. You know, there's no arguments. There's no room for the referee to have his own little opinion that could, you know. So let the rules stay cut and dry. Just don't let your hands hit the canvas.
But like I date back to when Floyd, I forgot who Floyd was fighting, but he hit a dude, and he hurt his hand when he hit him.
It was early in his career.
So he turned around and
Took the knee.
right, but this dude didn't hurt him. He hurt himself. So why you gonna count this man to get a knockdown, and this man ain't really knocked this man down?
Are to keep the game
Intact.
equal.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because you know when you fighting somebody, the last thing you want is a referee to make a foul call on something that ain't even necessary.
Right.
So you got to make a rule that's across the board, so that fighter know even before he get in that ring that these rules are solid. No matter what happened, if these hands hit that canvas, they gonna count me out. Then you'll work harder to make sure them hands don't hit that canvas.
Okay. Who's ringing the doorbell? Okay, all right. Well, who is it?
2.5.
How's it going? I was just watching the live SD show, and I'm tuning in. I agree with a lot of stuff you're saying.
Hey, how you doing, my man?
well, thank
First of
you.
all, welcome for calling in on the Main Event Podcast. Did you like and subscribe on YouTube, man? You just busted in, man. How you doing? You doing good, my brother?
Yes, I'm doing very good, but I can't stop thinking about my crotch area. Do you guys do some penis help? Because my crabs hurt.
Do we do what? How we doing?
My crotch area itches.
Your crotch area itches. Brother, we ain't got nothing to do with your crotch area. This is the Main Event
Okay, let's
Podcast.
cut
We
that.
talking about boxing, man.
Yes,
Call
yes.
back when you want to know about how many knockouts Blair the Flair got, my brother. All right, back to you, man. I don't know who the hell that was. He was tripping. Hey, screenshot his number and send it to me. Let's send him a few emails. Anyway, check this out, man. Blair, I apologize, man. That was the first time we ever got a call in here. I don't know who that dude was. We gonna catch him. He talked with a little accent like he was trying to hide his voice. But we got your number, man. Don't be calling up here heckling us, man. But anyway.
Let the show go on.
The show must go on. But what I want to dive into, because you fought at a prime time, my brother, when you took the ring on every fighter in your weight class, which is the welterweight weight class, by the real money weight class where everybody getting his bread. you was able to grace the stage with Canelo. So tell me, how did that feel, knowing you would be the main opening bout for the main card? Not the beginning card, the main card. Where was you at when you got that call?
I felt good. It was a wonderful opportunity for people to see who Blair the Flair really is, and it's a wonderful experience. It was great.
It was great.
Absolutely.
It was great. Did you have to deal with all the media because you was on the main opening card? Did you have to deal with the press and the media and the people, autographs and pictures? And I know everybody wanted to get a picture with you because of the hair and the glasses.
Absolutely.
It's the hair and the glasses, man.
Blair the Flair took over the show in every scene of that whole show. In the beginning of the show, you had me fighting. I took over that show when we did the grand entrance, the baddest man alive, Blair the Flair. When we do all the little interviews, Blair the Flair takes over the show, and he's coming to you live.
Right, on the Main Event Podcast.
On the Main Event Podcast.
Tell them to like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
You heard the man.
Woo!
Oh, there it is again. I tried to get it, but I can't get that out.
Right,
Make sure you like and subscribe. Go ahead, brother.
Since we're on the welterweight division and you on the rise coming on up, tell me a little bit about the champions that's in your weight division that you would have to face.
We got a pretty good batch of really good talent. PBC has a lot of great talent with Sean Porter, Earl Spence, Keith Thurman, Manny Pacquiao. He's still doing it.
Man,
he better stop doing it. Take him out, and it's gonna be the end of Manny Pacquiao.
Who gonna take him out?
Blair the Flair.
Woo!
Every time.
Woo! There it is. I love it, man. So tell me more about Manny. What you think it's time for him to hang it up or what?
Yeah, man. I like
because he did look good against Keith, and Keith was a young lion.
Absolutely. In that fight, they both did way better than I ever thought they would. The problem is just Manny is getting to a point where he's getting too close to a very sensitive place in life where he shouldn't be boxing. And me personally, I wish nothing but the best for possibly one of the best fighters ever.
Yeah.
What he's like
eight-time division champ. He went through 8 different weight classes.
Champion.
Indeed.
I think about his health, and I wish nothing but the best for him. I want him to retire before somebody like me gets him. Either me or somebody like me gets that man.
Yeah.
Because it ain't like Keith Thurman and Adrian Broner are kind of in a different generation that's right behind Manny Pacquiao. But once he starts touching people like me, it's over. It's not only over, it's over. Like there's gonna be like some serious damage.
So you don't think the angles that Pacquiao come with, the power, the quickness, he still shows signs that he's able to do it, man. You don't think that will cause you problems?
No.
Not at all.
Not for like young people, especially people like me. No. Why? Because
I was just about to ask you.
That was next.
Yeah, that was next.
Where do you think I got all of these gifts, right? Where do you think I got all of these skills and all of these abilities? A lot of this stuff is patent straight from him. A lot of these things is taken directly from his book and revised and evolved. You know what I'm saying? Like,
all right.
Like
so what you do is you study the greats before you.
I'm the
the revised.
The revised, better version of Manny Pacquiao. A lot of people think that.
Because you do be in there awkward, man. You do, what I'm saying? I got a chance to really, I know your people's in here, a real good friend of mine. He was telling me about you even before I even met you. And then I officially got a chance to see. I made it a point to make sure I was in my man cave at home, making sure I watched you fight. And I did that. And you look good, brother. Other than the time your glove hit the canvas, I don't really count that.
Yeah, it was.
But you cleaned it up.
It was a shot in the back of the head that kind of threw me off balance.
Right. It was more off balance than anything.
Yeah, it was
right.
off balance shot because I jumped, like I didn't like fall down. I just touched the canvas for a second and got back up, and he was still fighting. So I had blocked, got inside and tried to push him off me and everything, and it was just a learning experience. Like I'm still growing as a professional, and there's little things along the way you need to learn how to address a certain situation. I was dealing with a southpaw, but I was doing something that I usually do to orthodox fighters.
Okay.
You know, that particular movement is usually placed for orthodox fighters. It puts me in a position of power because people can't get that angle. In an orthodox stance. On a southpaw stance, it's a dramatic difference. And I got caught doing something I wasn't supposed to do, based on, you know,
right.
Well, like the opponent. But it was a big experience. I got back in the game. I figured him out like little by little, playing with him a little bit, because this guy's supposed to be he
had a good record.
Like he not only had a good record because like almost all his wins came by knockout.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
But he was known to be the guy that was supposed to take Blair Cobbs the distance. He was supposed to take Blair to Flair the distance.
Well, you know, when you get to that level, they put you in there with people that's supposed to push you and test you to see if you're ready for that next level anyway.
Exactly.
And you passed that test with flying colors.
Exactly. All the people from Golden Boy believe that, okay, this guy, he's going to try to take you the distance. He has a cast iron chin. He has the will of a lion. He's going to be there. He only been stopped twice. Me and this other dude that was literally like a light heavyweight. They weren't even close to weight class. And then not only that, he'd never actually been hurt. Like the stoppage came from just a dude throwing a lot of flurry of punches, and he wasn't able to
recover.
To come back as fast enough before the referee stopped the fight. I see. You know, it wasn't like pow, like how I dropped him. No, he ain't never been dropped like that. You know, and then after the drop, he had broken rib or whatever.
You broke his rib?
Yeah.
What?
I had through a crazy combination, a left to the body, and a right
I didn't know you broke his rib.
And in that one combination, I broke his rib and I broke his jaw. And then he went to the corner, and you know he was trying to sit down real funny the way he was sitting down, and you know the people in his corner was holding him, and like it was like, yo, we gonna have to call this out, and they waited.
Bust the boy rib cage up. Well, that let y'all know Blair.
That goes to show you how tough that man was. It takes a broken rib and a broken jaw just to stop him.
So let me ask you this. You know, your weight division is stacked. If
it's the money
you
division.
had to choose one of the champions right now, and they would be your next fight, who would it be and why?
That's a good question.
Can I answer for you?
No. Let him answer.
Go ahead.
Okay. I mean, I was just gonna say Manny Pacquiao because of the way he sat here and was like, he can get through Manny.
Pacquiao would be a better fit, but that's not the one I want.
Okay. Well, I was just guessing. Well, tell us the one you want.
Pacquiao's not the baddest man in the weight class.
Okay. Who is the baddest man in your weight class other than Blair, Flair,
Other
Cobbs?
than me, there's another guy named Terrence Crawford.
Woo.
The worst part about him is that you ain't making no money off of him. You know, he can't sell a stage full of girls.
Oh man!
You know, we talked about that. We had Faison Love on the show a couple weeks ago, right? And then I said that he said Terrence Crawford was a bad man, and I agree. He is a bad man, but he sell a fight with his fist. He ain't gonna really go out there and give him the woos and the stuff that make people want to see you and pay this money. So I do agree with you right there. But maybe if he had a stage full of girls, he might be able to sell it though. I don't know. I would say that.
But you all know when we talking about fighting and showmanship, that's two different things.
Preach, my brother.
Showmanship,
complete show.
Fighting. When you get in that ring, showmanship can't win that ring, that fight for you.
Nah.
You got to fight to win.
To fight. Yes, sir.
So he may not sell it far as when it comes to fans or whatever deals they got going on. You know, it's a lot of promotional stuff happening in the back room and all that stuff. But when that boy put on them gloves,
he's a bad boy.
I don't care how you show, how you talk, you gonna have to man up.
You gonna have to,
and you gonna have to prove that you the best man to make it out of that round, that fight. So when we talking about you choosing one of these here, We ain't talking about showmanship or what you can sell. We talking about would you come out victorious to a Terrence Crawford?
Absolutely. We've been training for that guy for quite a while.
Is that right?
By the time we get there, the biggest problem is that by the time we get there, it's almost to a point where as though like, dude, all right, well, how about 80-30? Like, how about 60-40? Because I'm doing all the work.
Yeah.
I'm not only doing all the work.
You selling it.
I'm selling the fight.
Selling the fight, right.
You get what I'm saying? And like he don't really put on shows even in the ring. I'm putting on shows inside and outside of the ring. That's the thing. And that's the issue with somebody like Terrence Crawford. There's no drama. You know?
That's a good point.
That is a good point.
I put on drama no matter what. No matter who I'm fighting,
Mm-hmm.
I put on drama. I've been fighting undefeated fighters this year. Almost this whole year, I've been fighting undefeated fighters. The one you seen last was the only non-undefeated fighter that I fought.
What was his
this
record?
year.
I know he had a good record, but what was it? I can't remember off the top of my
the guy
head.
that I fought,
On Canelo's card.
Carlos Ortiz was 11 and 4,
11
and 3,
Okay.
or something. And no, it was 11 and 3 because I was his fourth loss. But he was the kind of guy that he's just bringing people up, and but he's a very tough contender that's able to gauge people, see where people are. Like the last Golden Boy fighter that he fought took the distance. Another tough guy from Golden Boy Promotions that's supposed to be the guy, and it took him the distance in a real like bad performance. It was a very slow performance. So it was a big deal for somebody like me to be talking it and walking it.
Walk it.
And
Walk it like you talk it.
Walk
it like you talk it. Walk it like you talk. Okay, all right.
Absolutely.
The Main Event Podcast, baby. Like and subscribe. This is how we do. My bad. I just had to jump in there and say that when you said that. But go ahead, divvy in on your opponent. Well, since we talking about opponents, you said you fought a lot of undefeated fighters.
Yeah, like this year has been a big breakout year. So the first fight that I fought was this guy named Karubian. Ferdinand Karubian, an undefeated prospect that was thought of to be the guy to not only beat Blair Cobbs, but take him out completely. And he was supposed. Look, you know how crazy that fight was.
I love the way he speak. Like Blair ain't here. You
Right.
I love the way he talk like Blair ain't here, but Blair them
left the
Cobbs
building
is here.
the moment I took off the glasses.
For sure. Go ahead, bro. My man. Go ahead. Yeah, I love that. I love it.
But yeah, he was known to be the guy that was going to knock out Blair Cobbs, and that was the whole situation, dude. It was so crazy that like somebody had sent me a text after the fight, showing me how much they made, and they made nearly $1 million because it was like a 16-1 underdog for me. In that fight. Like the fight wasn't even a 50-50.
Oh, wow.
It was a 16-1. I was no way, no how Blair the Flair was going to beat Ferdinand Karubian in his hometown of Hollywood at the Avalon Center. I came in there, I did my business, took him to school.
All right.
Did you give him a degree when you took him to school, or you just left him? Did you give him a degree, or did you just leave him when you took him to school?
He didn't graduate.
You know what?
He
failed.
He failed.
He failed. I gave him a D+. A D+ performance because he lost every single round. And he got a beating.
Oh,
wow.
I got to see that fight.
Yeah,
was that on the zone? Was that on the zone?
I wish it was because it should have been. I think it's on the internet. You can probably catch it on the Daily Motion. Blair Cobbs versus Ferdinand Karubian, and man, it was a performance. It was such a beating, such a whooping, behind whooping that like somewhere in the midst of the fight, I'm like, bah, bah, and I'm like, woo! Like, oh, you felt that one.
Oh yeah, for sure. When you woo somebody, you know you in the moment.
Yeah. And so this guy was an undefeated fighter that I wasn't supposed to win in his backyard. After that, they squeezed this other guy, Robert Redmond. This dude was like the first guy was a Armenian. The second guy was a black dude.
Okay.
Come to find out, this dude comes in short notice, in shape, like not just a kind of bit, like he was ready for this.
He was ready.
You know what I mean? In shape, the dude was technically undefeated too. I looked up his record and come to realize that not only he got mostly knockouts, on his resume, but I think the one fight that he lost and the 2 draws that he got are coming from. I watched them. They were coming from like the fact that he didn't have the politics on his side.
Oh, okay.
So this dude was undefeated because he was beating those guys up. And then I was looking more into it. My trainer was like, "Yo, man, that dude got like some serious stuff." I'm like, "Serious? What do you mean?" "Oh yeah, man, he's got like a big background in the amateurs. Like he's a 2-time Golden Glove champion. Who, like, this dude ain't no joke. We gonna have to take this guy out." I'm like, "Dang, I mean, all right. I don't even know what to study because he just destroys everybody in front of him." I'm like, "Okay, man, this is serious." So anyway, we get down to the fight. Blair the Flair shows up again and puts a beating on him. Knocks him down. Yo, it was a knockout in the midst of the fight. He woke up when the canvas smacked him in the face. I was like, "Oh my God." I'm like, "Dude, this dude was seriously in shape when he got up from that knockdown."
Wow.
In the second round. I got close and I was able to throw some punches in the inside, and that was probably one of the first inside fighting that people could ever see about me. There's so much about me that people aren't able to like see exactly.
Yeah, you got a real good inside game. Like when you get close, you throw that uppercut, hit him right in the gut. I've seen some of your fights. I mean, you got quick hands. So no, I can't co-sign on that. I have did a little research on you, so you ain't lying about nothing you're saying. I've seen your fights.
You ain't lying at all.
You got them hands. But tell me, this one thing I want. In doing research, I watched. A lot of times they don't tell you anything about your sparring partners or whatnot. But you got a sparring match that's out on the internet. Haney.
Oh.
Yeah, I seen that on the internet. Talk to us about that.
Mike. What'd you see on there? I ain't even see it. Tell us what you see. I might need to use
I'm gonna let him talk.
right now.
I'm gonna let him talk about it. That was talking junk at each other and everything. Y'all was going back and forth. Huh? Man, I think it was good work. I think it was, I like both. I like you and I like him. This was a little while ago though.
Yeah.
So and Haney's coming up, man. He's doing a marvelous job as coming up as a star. You coming up as a star. There's a lot of young risers coming up. So I ain't gonna dare say you got the best of him or he got the best of you, because when y'all talk about doing work and that ain't your real work is when they paying you for it in the big lights.
When the real work
so that right there, that ain't nothing to divvy up about. So, but I want you to talk about it.
Basically, what he's saying is, what was that work like when y'all spar?
Devin Haney is a funny. He's really good at something that is very awkward for a lot of fighters, and honestly, I don't see too many people being able to beat him. Honestly, I feel like I'm the only one that can get over on him most times. You get what I'm saying? Because you gotta be real patient with that kind of guy. He don't fight like Mayweather in like his younger days. He fight like an old Mayweather. Whereas he's
smart,
calculative,
right.
And he's really not trying to. He's trying to like make you come forward and try to waste all your energy coming after him, and then slowly he'll just start picking you off. So you gotta be really funny. And somebody like me is like really awkward, and I have a lot of experience. So there's things that I do that nobody else can do. But that's coming from probably one of the most talented fighters in the world. Okay. I'm honestly probably one of the most talented fighters ever. I've never seen anybody with this kind of talent. That's fast, that's strong, punches while moving, punches while can punch while not moving, that can come forward, that can fight on the back foot, the front foot, adjust range and distance on a fly. That can do a lot of things. And have all three defensive maneuvers in my faculties: blocking, catching, slipping, stepping, all of these things at once. It's just so much. I really can't see too many people beating somebody like Devin Haney. I would love to see him fight somebody like Lomachenko.
Well, I mean,
what
he's
you
been
think about that? If
been
they
calling
ever
out
did
Lomachenko.
Fight. Yeah,
before we even talk about that,
he calls him No Manchenko or something like that.
What
right?
do you think about this franchise title that now has submerged in boxing?
I don't like it.
I don't really know what to think about it. I feel like they're just trying to give this title because like, Mayweather changed a lot of things.
I told you that earlier. I told you that earlier.
7320 South Rainbow, Suite 111, baby. The Barber Company, best in the business. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Absolutely. Looks like I definitely need to go there.
Come on, man. Nah, we don't want you to lose the flair, baby. You come get your mustache and chin trimmed up, get a hairline, but don't lose the flair, baby.
That's right.
The hair go with
That's
the
your
glasses,
trademark,
baby. You know what I'm saying?
That's your trademark.
Well,
You
go
said
ahead, speak on what you
Mayweather
was
changed a
speaking
lot
on.
of things.
Yeah, Mayweather changed a lot of things. Reason why is because, and it's exactly what my brand is doing too.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really what it's all about, transcending boxing. So he had gotten to a point where he didn't even have to fight for these titles anymore.
Yep.
He became bigger than the title. The name became bigger than the title.
Yep.
So what did he become? A franchise.
Mm-hmm.
So then they was like, okay, WBC's like, hey man, how can we make money off of that? How can we provide a status of that level without these fighters just completely jumping the ship in the bandwagon? Let's make them bigger than just like rankage.
Right.
Let's make them a franchise. Now we have a franchise belt. And I can't wait to take Canelo's title right off him.
You going up to 75?
Wherever I can find them. It's dude,
60? 68?
No, 60 would be good.
Okay.
As low as possible.
Before you
I'm
got
not making weight. I'm just gonna walk on the scale and walk off.
Yeah, straight up.
Well,
straight
before
up.
you go out to Canelo, I would like to see you clear up the welterweight division.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
let's
I need to
clear
do.
that up and get all those belts, and then just go all the way up far as you can go. Because a lot of times you have unfinished business. You'll get a belt here and then hop here and then hop there. Why not unify? Why not get all the belts? Let's make the franchise title real, because you didn't beat everybody, not because you just a bigger draw.
Exactly. I wish things was like that. Honestly, I wish boxing was an actual sport.
Yeah, we talked about that too on one of our episodes.
Like boxing is so crazy, you don't even know what it is. Like you don't know if it's entertainment, is it a sport, is it politics, what is it? And is it money? Like is it a business? Like it's so much involved in boxing, and it's a great time to be alive, but it's a very tough time too when it comes to boxing, because like we have these television stations that's beefing over each other. We have promoters separating and causing.
Tell it like it is, brother. Preach to him then.
Yeah, it's.
I'm sorry, you got me hype. I was
about
ready
to get me hype.
Hey, I was hype, bro. Tell
like
him like
I
it is.
said,
Yeah, tell him like it is,
We
man.
need to not cause division
Tell him.
with all of these belts.
Yes, sir.
These commercialized televisions.
Yes, sir.
And all of this money that we can be making.
Yes,
the
sir.
Lord.
Tell him.
Lord says.
Blair the Flair.
Blair the Flair coming at you live.
Woo! On the Main
Woo!
Event
On the Main
Podcast.
Event Podcast.
Like and subscribe on YouTube.
Like and
Go ahead,
subscribe.
my brother. Keep speaking on the division in as far as the business. I love that you touched on that, because a lot of people don't know. People on the inside of boxing, they know, but on the outside, they think it's just a sport, and they in there doing what they do. But it's very divided. It's politics, it's business, it's show. But sometimes the politics, excuse me, ruins everything. Speak on the politics that ruins the sport.
Politics ruin the sport in such a way where as though we don't really get to see the great fighters or fighters that deserve it get to a level where they belong. There's a lot of colored fighters that don't get the credit that they deserve. Why? Because they're on the bad side of politics. And you have to have something greater than politics. You have to have something greater than the sport. Blair the Flair is bigger than politics, bigger than television stations, bigger than promotional companies. Blair the Flair is a franchise.
Woo!
Like that. That's right. Woo!
All right, yeah.
You know
Yes, sir.
why? Because Blair the Flair is branding himself as the #1 most exciting man in boxing, and like it's so tough dealing with so much division You know, like it's almost impossible to bring all of these belts together. It's almost impossible. The reason why I say that is because like television stations get in the way.
Yep.
Politics of promoters not wanting to like lose the belt.
Only fighting within their own stable.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like for instance, this whole situation where Earl Spence is the only reason why like somebody like Blair or Flair will be taking a title home, because they have to actually lose it for a change. Like because they would just keep fighting each other. Like, don't nobody care about no damn Danny Garcia. Don't nobody care about these fighters. Mikey Garcia. Oh, like, whoa, like, who are these guys? You get what I'm saying? We like, why not branch out? Like, they fight these guys when they could be fighting Terrence Crawford. But because Terrence Crawford is was top rank.
And ESPN.
And top rank is with ESPN. And they're like in their own little ship, like by themselves on an island so far away from everything. Like,
he's running out of people to fight. Why do you think they brought Amir Khan over there to fight him? Ain't nobody wants to see him fight Amir Khan. He was just a name to help sell the fight.
Dude, he's trying to fight Blair to Flair right now. he's like, yo, you calling me out? Yeah, I'm calling you out. He's down to fight right now. Why? Because he can't fight nobody better. He can't find anybody.
Who, Khan or Terrence?
Terrence.
Terrence, what's happening, man? We got to make the fight happen, baby. Right here live on the Main Event Podcast. I'm going to call your people. I'm going to have your people call his people. And we going to make this fight happen, man. Bob going to have to get out the way. We going to have to see what's happening.
Yeah, it's just so much division. I wish that there was a actual answer to all of these problems, and unfortunately, it's not. There's no real legitimate answer to like all of these problems, and I think most of it is because of everybody wants to be protected. They want protection, and like these promoters, you know how they protect themselves from dropping the ball. They say, oh, we don't have any world champions anymore, or this and that, is by one losing their belt to another promotional company, and how they protect themselves with that whole idea of losing their belts to another promotional company is by causing a division with television.
That's right.
Because once upon a time, everything was on HBO.
Everything.
HBO, Showtime.
2007 was a great year.
Yeah.
You know, it was amazing. But now we run into that particular point, whereas though, you know, the franchise can't be the guy that just holds all the belts, unfortunately.
Man, that's crazy, man. And I just want to add to that because, you know, Blair, I don't know if you know, I'm on the business side of boxing, you know what I'm saying? So I try to stay in the mix a little bit, so I know a little bit about a lot of bit, you know what I'm saying? But I do know that between promotion companies and networks and other stuff like that, it keeps the sport so divided. It keeps the sport, fans really are the ones who miss out, period. Because everybody want to see Earl, Sean, or Danny Garcia, or Blair the Flair Cobb fight Terrence Crawford. But like I just told you before we got into this one, Terrence running out of people to fight. Bob ain't got no more people at 147 for Terrence to go through. If he gonna make a fight, he gotta reach out to Al. He gotta reach out to PBC, or he gotta reach out to Oscar De La Hoya, or he gotta reach out to whoever the case may be to make a big fight happen. Me personally, they got Terrence fighting some guy top rank been building since I've been on the business side of the sport. Since like, I forget his name, but since like 2011, I've been on the business side. So I remember this dude when he was 3-0, but now he's undefeated. I think he's like 17, 18-0. Terrence gonna walk. He is 18-0. Yeah, Terrence gonna walk through this boy. See, he don't have no business being in the ring with Terrence. I'm gonna keep it real.
This is the problem. This is the problem with Top Rank, and this is the problem with Terrence Crawford and his ability to pull other fighters. Do we know what this man's name is?
No.
Nobody knows who this man's name is.
Dude, how are they promoting this guy? You get what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, you might have seen him a little bit here and there, but it's like all of a sudden, oh, now he's fighting Terrence Crawford, but I've never seen this dude since he was 3-0. Like,
right, and that's when I found out about the dude, because one of my fighters was supposed to fight him at the Hard Rock. But we was like, nah, man, we know what y'all doing with that dude. We going to have to pass on that one, the politics of the sport. You already know. But he running out of people to fight, man. And that's killing the game. Bob know they want to see Terrence fight you or Earl or Sean or Danny or Mikey Garcia if he goes to 147 again.
Fight Sean Porter. That's a fun fight. You know, even
The
though
way
Well, you know, but them two, they close friends, and you know, they both saying that that's the last fight that they would have to, them two would have to agree on themselves to make that fight happen. But I think there's an even more exciting trail he can go through other than Sean. I mean, who don't want to see Earl and Crawford? That's the number one fight. That's the money fight of that division right there.
Right.
Because each one of them come to the table with a dynamic background.
Mm-hmm.
They both, my God, I mean, they have been, people has followed them. They the assignment and took belts. Crawford have come up from weight class to weight class. Let's make that fight happen. Put
But
the
they not
politics
gonna do
behind. Let's make it. I know they're not going to
They're
do it.
not going to do it
but
because
the
Bob
fans
don't want to
want it.
lose his belt. Al don't want to lose his belt. PBC,
I don't-
Fox
I
don't want to
listen,
lose their belt.
This is what I think.
ESPN don't
But
want to
this is
lose
what I
their
this,
belt.
this is what I think that's beyond the loss of belts. Is who is going to sponsor the fight? Who's going to get that venue? Who's going to be the one? What network is going to bring the fight to the people? Because that's where the money at. It's not about how much Crawford get or how much Earl get. It's about them promoter has a TV a network behind them. Which network is going to host the fight? That's what it's about.
And
But that's where the money's coming from.
I agree, but sometimes, Mike, they need to work that out. Like it takes, like, okay, let's go back to Lennox Lewis and Tyson. They both had two totally different contracts with HBO and Showtime. It took a minute for them to work that out and actually make the fight. Then when Pacquiao and Floyd fight, they had two totally different network contracts. It took a minute for them to work that out. I personally don't think that fight is big enough to make them work it out. Like when Mike Tyson and Lennox Lewis fought, the money was so big they had to work it out. When Pacquiao and Floyd fought, the money was so big they had to work it out. It was too much money on the table.
Mm-hmm.
But when you got Earl and Terrence and Blair the Flair Cobb already said the boy ain't gonna sell nothing but his fist, speaking of Terrence, but what can you do? If Terrence ain't gonna sell it, Earl, he talk a little trash when he pushed to it, but he ain't really selling it like Blair the Flair Cobb here. Woo! You feel me? But it just ain't big enough for them to make that fight happen. So what you think they need to do to make that fight happen if both fighters ain't making it big enough for the two networks to work it out?
I'm gonna be honest with you, and it's not because I'm on it. It's not because of my promotion. It's not because
Promotion you signed with, we didn't clear that.
Oh yeah, with Golden Boy.
Golden Boy.
Golden Boy Promotions. It's not because of any of those things, but honestly, the future of boxing is with the Zone Network. It just gives more for the fans to be able to see these fights. Look, everybody's on a phone. Everybody's on a tablet. You're on a tablet right now. We all got phones.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
absolutely.
More than one.
Right, exactly.
Absolutely.
More than one tablet.
Yeah. So,
Two
Absolutely.
tabs.
So this whole thing is like the Zone is already making a way for people to be able to see quality content for nearly dirt cheap. A complete cheap price that you can see quality footage of really good fighters. And this is something where as though, why not? And they're giving money. They're giving out money. They signing these top fighters with like if you already a reputable fighter, you know, they giving you a really good signing bonus.
Oh,
so
yeah.
the money's there. The money's there. And I feel like me personally, like, look, stay with Al Heyman. That's a managerial contract. Stay with Al Heyman. That's perfect. You know? Whoever you got in your team, keep your team. But we need to just shut this whole like PBC and all this stuff and Showtime, because all of that stuff is old. It's old compared to the next generation. The next generation is with the Zone Network. You know, they came up with a way of getting the quality product to you through something that you already use. And it's not just you watching it on TV. It's going to be children, kids, men, women, and children all around the world that can actually watch your quality content what would be a pay-per-view fight can still make the same amount of money, if not more. And guess what? It will be on your phone.
I think more, only because like I'm a fan of the sport, right? So I love it like this. If there's a pay-per-view fight and I want to see it, I'll watch it, right? But I like the zone. I mean, they hit you monthly, right? So by the time 12 months go by, what is it, like $20 a month now? Like I jumped in the beginning stage. I paid like $10.99.
Yeah,
Don't tell the zone that they might up my subscription. I ain't gonna say that out loud. Like and subscribe on YouTube. But anyway, like just because like, okay, Canelo fight, right? Got that for $10 a month. And then you got Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz going at it again, right? So if I didn't have the zone and that was just on pay-per-view, I would easily paid $150 for both fights. But if you total up how much they charging you per year, I think you saving like 10, 15, 20, maybe $30 at the most. But you getting a lot more content. You ain't just getting, okay, here's this fight, a whole bunch of undercards where we don't know. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I seen you at the Deontay Wilder fight, right, when we was coming out, you feel me? But that undercard wasn't that impressive to me.
No.
I'm gonna keep it real. Like, I wasn't, you feel me? Like, I would have ordered it just for Deontay Wilder. So I would have been paying $75 just to watch Deontay Wilder. But, like, to have Canelo, to have you, Devin Haney, and all these other up-and-comers, Ryan Garcia, I honestly think it's worth it. And the zone need to sign a few of my fighters too, but I'll get y'all whenever I get to y'all. But like I'm saying, I think it's a great idea. You are saving a few dollars, but you know, we got to do what we got to do.
Absolutely. It's crazy. The zone is not just boxing. It has so much other stuff. I didn't even know how much stuff it had, like hockey, soccer, all kinds.
Oh yeah,
all kinds of
MMA, talk shows.
Real quickly, I know we got the end.
Yeah, we.
And I always like for the boxer to give a shout out. It's gonna stop, but you got 1 minute. Just give somebody a shout out that's on your team, somebody that helped you along the way.
Oh man, I love to shout out like all the people that's behind Blair the Flair. I got Greg Hanley, I got Mike, I got all kinds of numerous of trainers that have helped grow me, like Bones Adams, Brandon Woods.
What up, Bones? Bones was at the fight too.
Malik.
What up, Malik? My big homie.
He's been helping me along the way. He saw me from Jump Street, and it's just been a wonderful experience having a collective group of people that's been able to push a quality product to you, and that's Blair the Flair.
Amen.
Blair the Flair Cobb, baby. This is the Main Event Podcast. Make sure you like and subscribe. We're gonna be right back, baby.